Hey, you guys remember when Nancy Pelosi's husband got his home broken into and he was assaulted with a hammer? And again, he got assaulted with a hammer. He's a man of a certain age. That really sucks, okay? It's just the circumstances around that. We still don't have clarification on it. I thought I'd seen a little while ago that we were supposed to get video camera or body cam footage. It was supposed to be coming out. It was getting circulated to the media outlets. Haven't heard word one about that, and it was supposed to contradict the official line, but until then, we have the official line on all this stuff, and yeah, kind of like some of the other big news stories that are out there, kind of like that, which one was that? Was that the Colorado gay club shooter, whose, his father came out and went on this really weird, really staged, I hate gay people rant? The guy was fucking weird, but segue into this one, but the ex-girlfriend of Pelosi attack suspect speaks out from behind bars. Yeah, we got somebody who has intimate knowledge, apparently, of the attacker on this one. I forget this dude's name, but probably shouldn't, because he has a very unique talent, and I don't know, maybe he's a mutant or something like that. But he has this ability to break into a house and do it so that the glass from the patio doors breaks outwards. Like, this guy has gravitational pull, but it's only specifically for glass. Like, it's a really weird power that he has. So hopefully we learn more about that, because that's very interesting. Oxane, Gypsy, Taub, I did not just cast the spell, that's this lady's name, said she doubts the allegations that her ex-lover faces in the October 28th hammer attack of Paul Pelosi, husband to U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The whole thing is shrouded in secrecy, Taub, 53, told the Epoch Times on November 22nd, a day before she was released then a lengthy open letter to Nancy Pelosi on the website where Taub had posted nudist and other content since 2008. Yeah, I think we went over that stuff way back about a month ago when all this stuff was breaking. But whatever. The latest post includes an apology to Pelosi, additional details about DePape, we'll get into that, and a poem promoting peace. Yeah, but this guy's a MAGA extremist, right? Oh. But that's alright, though. Nobody cares about the story anymore. Nancy Pelosi is stepping back from leadership. Isn't that the big thing that's out there? Look at all these mass shootings from people that we don't really want to focus on the shooter themselves. We just want to campaign on gun violence bad, okay? The letter states, I invite you all to look at the incident that happened at Pelosi's apartment with an open mind, open heart, open butt cheeks, and clenched fists around welcoming ankles. During a series to collect calls from a women's prison in California. Oh, my Lord. Taub discussed her relationship with the Pelosi attack suspect, David DePape, and her knowledge of his past. Oh, she's locked up because she was diddling a kid or something like that, I do believe. She also raised questions about the night he was arrested at Pelosi's San Francisco home. Yeah, no, but the official line, even the retracted line is, he broke into the house, they didn't know each other, and they just were both partially dressed, and he came in with a hammer and only started to bludgeon Paul Pelosi after the police showed up. Really weird. Taub noted to officials that officials have refused to release records such as audio recordings of Paul Pelosi's 911 call, where he said, yeah, me and a friend, we're just hanging out right now. Oh, wait, we're not friends, though. Redact that. Police officer body cam footage and DePape's mugshot. All very interesting, because if there was a scuffle ensuing, or if he had to break in anywhere, there would be signs of that. Let's just say that. Okay. If things were the way they described, why not show everybody the photos, Taub said. Good question, kid diddler. Everybody would just believe them. Instead, she said, in the absence of those records, questions swirl. In her blog post, Taub urges Nancy Pelosi to call for the records to be made public. Fuck no. The only records that she wants public or anything that she can make money off of. This makes her look bad, so it's just going to go away. If you have any control over this investigation, which I am not going to assume you do. Yeah, she works at the federal level, but she tells Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco. Her talons, they're in deep in all of California. She can make that shit happen with just a simple phone call. Well, after a couple of drinks, after all. This is Nancy Pelosi, after all. Police tell the authorities to release the security cam footage, the buddy cam footage, from different angles. No, all of the security cam footage, it was turned off, and there's no record of it all whatsoever. The entire dispatch tape and the witness interviews, instead of spreading conspiracy theories about David. Authorities allege that DePape broke into Pelosi residence and nothing happened. Yeah, he just, a simple 42-year-old drifter with a hammer in his tighty-whities broke into a well-secured area with guards at the entrance to the neighborhood, guards positioned at the location on Billionaires Row. On Billionaires Row. He just had an opportunity to walk right in. Yeah, nothing sketch about that at all. When the police responded to Paul Pelosi's 911 call, officers saw two men struggling over a hammer. Court records say DePape allegedly wrestled the weapon away and used it to strike the 80-year-old victim's head. Ooh. Paul Pelosi suffered serious injuries but survived. Thank God. Okay. DePape is charged with attempted murder and other offenses. Taub said it makes no sense for somebody like DePape, who long held progressive ideals. No, he's a MAGA idiot. Come on, he's just hold the company line, to harbor ill will towards Pelosi, a longtime standard bearer for the Democratic Party. Yeah, that's the thing. DePape was a peace activist. Wouldn't he still be, though? He was violent that night, but he's mostly peaceful. He never expressed any desires to solve political problems through violence. He went to a lot of anti-war protests and participated in non-violent resistance. Yeah, and a bunch of nudist things, you fucking weirdos. However, Taub had fallen out of touch with DePape in recent months. That's when he got radicalized. And more recent acquaintances told the New York Post that DePape had abused drugs and was spouting right-wing conspiracy theories. Yeah, it's just something that you pick up overnight, right? You don't see the slow descent and you can't write something and it's like, well, it kind of makes sense. Maybe, if you cock your head to the side and if he delves down a rabbit hole really deep, it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. What do you take? The words of some people that were out there that knew DePape, over the past couple of months, or somebody who lived with, fucked with, shacked up with for years, and I think they share a kid or something like that. Like, I don't know, man. Your mileage may vary, of course. Taub at one point conceded that she suspected he could have been under the influence of drugs. No, there's nothing wrong with drugs at all whatsoever. It doesn't cause anything weird to happen. Still, she emphasized that violent behavior would be out of character for DePape. David is a really sweet person, and I really don't believe that he did what he is accused of. To support her contentions, Taub asserted that DePape had shown no aggressive tendencies during the 22 years she has known him. She said DePape is extremely reserved. Yes, a violent but mostly peaceful person. When they first met, DePape hardly spoke to her, but Taub said that she sensed a beautiful soul. I had good vibes with him. He had crazy good energy, and we clicked, and our star signs matched up. It's like her nickname is Gypsy, guys. Inside of him, oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord. And I tried to figure out what was inside of him. Oh, my God. And what I love about him is the true David that is in there, she said, hidden beneath a rubble of trauma. After a while, DePape started opening up more to her, and he told her about his traumatic childhood. Of course, it always starts at home with the mother. DePape told her he grew up in a family where he would be punished if he expressed his emotions or violated other household rules. She said, it's like growing up in a structured household. Yeah, of course, very traumatic. Taub believes DePape was severely abused. Okay, cool. He didn't say that, but you are just projecting that onto him? What are we doing here? Caregiver poured a pot of boiling water on him when he was 2 years old and he nearly died. Should have brought that up to begin with, okay? Because if that happened, that fucking sucks. I just don't see any burn marks or lasting burn marks. But hey, man, whatever. And his shirt, the design on the shirt got imprinted into his skin. That's how hot the water was. What the fuck? All right, then. DePape eventually made his way to his native land, Canada, to Hawaii. All right. That's where he and Taub... Oh, yeah, right. Taub's the lady. Right. Met in 2000. She was born in Russia and immigrated to New York in 1988. This is just going all over the world. Okay. 12 years later, she went to Hawaii, where she was 8 months pregnant to tap into social services for single mothers. You can't make this shit up at all. I thought it would be a beautiful place to raise a baby. Yeah, a methed out island in the middle of the ocean that is the biggest tax burden on the United States per capita. Yeah, no, makes sense. That's why they have great benefits over there. Nobody has to do anything and just continue to vote Democrat. She described DePape as a man who was painfully shy. He had difficulty getting a job. But how gay was he? That's what we need to know about this. That rendered him perpetually homeless and lonely. Wait a minute, he was shy, therefore he was an idiot, and that he ended up becoming homeless. We're missing some connective tissue here. I was the only person that he could talk to for many years. All right. I was the only person he wasn't afraid to have a conversation with. He was very shy, very submissive, very creepy. So how did he get tangled up with Paul Pelosi? That's what I want to know. In contrast, Taub is outgoing. They became a couple. Yeah, very outgoing, right? She's outside. She got somebody else's kid after all. They moved to California. Of course they did. And had 2 children together. Oh, okay. See, they have 2 kids together. In addition, the child fathered by another man. Oh, in addition to the child fathered by another man. Cook. Taub said their relationship suffered because of DePape's inability to communicate well. Yo, what, you fucking hodo or some shit like that? You fucking weirdo. She and DePape didn't really function as a couple. Of course, they probably had some polyamorous fucking nonsense. But they stayed together to raise the children because he was always helping me. Oh, you were trying to be outside once again. I'm really outgoing. And by outgoing, you mean you like to just, toot on random dick. Just wondering. Taub said she taught him meditation techniques to help cope with the emotional damage of the past. That's nice. They lived together as a family for 15 years, except for an 18-month break when DePape lived on the streets. He belonged to the streets. When he came back, he was paranoid. He thought people were following him. Yeah, probably went on a bad trip. All of that stuff. According to his children, he thought he might be Jesus. Of course he did. She and DePape parted ways about 7 years ago, but they remained in touch periodically. DePape was so poor he relied on meals from soup kitchens. All right, that's normally what homeless people do. But it's a luxury to be homeless in San Francisco because then you also get paid to be homeless as well. Reflecting on her life while incarcerated, Taub felt terrible that many months had elapsed since their last communication, so she mailed a note to the post office box that DePape rented in Berkeley, California. So homeless, he can rent a P.O. box. I sent him a letter saying that I love him and I really miss him, and it's a really tough living in this 8x10 cell. I've really wanted to help him heal, and I want to, see him on a regular basis. Well, you're locked up, so... She didn't get a response. She assumed the letter was delivered because the Postal Service didn't return the letter to her. Based on everything Taub understood about him, makes no sense. He's not going to break into somebody's house and start threatening, politicians and their family members and physically assaulting them. If anyone knew David, they will tell you that's complete opposite of what he would behave like. All right. She wonders how DePape made it into the Pelosi's residence. He didn't have enough money to buy a car, and he used a bicycle for transportation. He got a bathicle. He had no way of getting to San Francisco at 2 a.m. Somebody had to bring him there. She said DePape was still living in Berkeley, about a 20-minute car ride from San Francisco. Taub also said that details about DePape's injuries are lacking. Very good detail to pick up. She would like to know more about the extent and the type of injuries he suffered. Yeah, if he was breaking into a house, climbing up a hillside, and all that jazz, there should be some injuries or pictures of some sort of signs of struggle or something. Authorities have disclosed that Paul Pelosi underwent surgery to repair his skull fracture, hospitalized for 6 days after results of the attack, but Taub said she hadn't heard description of DePape's injuries. Whatever happened, David deserves justice, and the American people deserve to know the truth. She feels sympathetic for Nancy Pelosi. I still feel bad, that this happened to her. I'd actually feel bad for Paul Pelosi, because he was the one who got his skull caved in. But yeah, Nancy Pelosi, she doesn't really know, because she's out there. If you think that these two aren't together for just purely political reasons at this point in time, she's getting those cobwebs cleaned out by somebody in Washington, and he's fucking homeless, dude, so who knows. Taub also wanted to set the record straight on a few points. Here we go. First, she acknowledges that she practices a nudism, all right, which she calls body freedom. Yeah, no, most nudists are, I'll just say it's slump busters at best. However, DePape was not really much of a nudist. Well, he's painfully shy, and I think that would also translate to, not wanting to have your dick and balls hanging around all the time. Just saying. Rather, he attended nudist events to help with Taub's crusade. That's interesting. So he was raising another man's kid, and then he was also getting dressed, but then just watching other people be nudists. Like, this guy's just a perpetual fucking cuckold. Sucks to suck. He basically just always supported me in my activism. What a fruit. Taub says she likes Nancy Pelosi, but can't remember DePape saying anything bad about her or politics in years past. Never had any disagreements about a political issue. Yeah, so I don't know what happened here. About her August 2021 conviction on 20 charges related to her repeated contact with a teen boy, Taub said, "I'm innocent," adding the case is under appeal. Yeah, because you got hit with like a 20-year stay, so of course you're just going to appeal it. Her lawyer, Christopher Dobbins, said that Taub never touched the youth. I never touched her. I just like to look at her and pet her hair. And her overzealous intentions of helping him were misinterpreted. Listen, I just wanted to help him drain his balls. What the fuck is wrong with that? I'm a helper here. Taub said, "I'm just tired of being slandered over the media. The last thing I would do is hurt a child. I protect people, even though, a jury of your peers found that you did, in fact, touch a kid. But your choice, your choice. I protect people. That's why I'm here." Yeah, classic. She is scheduled to be freed from prison on January 4th. Oh, of course. Taub will be unable to communicate with DePape while she remains incarcerated. She wants to see him. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to go visit him. That's the first thing I do. Very interesting. So somebody who has intimate knowledge of this situation, somebody who spent a significant amount of time with him, doesn't think that the story lines up. But then again, anybody who's been following the details of this story understand that not a lot of it really matches up. So until there's clarification from the story, like we get actual video recordings, audio recordings, pictures, or official details, official documentation, it's really all just kind of obfuscated. And it's really just going to be what we're being told by the media apparatus, what we are being told by the government. And if DePape wasn't a conspiracy theorist to begin with, well, he best start believing in them, because he's now in one. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.